Welcome to Cashflow. In this video, I'm going to show you some advanced options with regards to invoicing. Firstly, if we click on Settings on the left-hand side, we got some invoice options. So if you just scroll down on the screen, we'll get to Configuration Settings and Invoice Options. If we click into here, we've got an option to include our contact name with our company name at the top of invoices if we wish to. We also have the option to put our default payment method when we're paying off invoices. So if you tend to do cash mainly, if I choose to cash, it's always going to default to the right payment method. If we click on field names, we can then rename some of the fields on our invoices. So by default, they're called invoices. I might want to rename them for something else. We can rename credit notes. Do you use purchase order reference numbers, or do you have any other reference that you need to have? So I could just put reference in here instead of purchase reference. Also quantity. Do you want the quantity field to appear on your invoices, or do you charge out for hourly or daily rate? If I change this to days, that means I can bill out on my days rather than just having a quantity field. Also, at the top of the screen, we've got discounts. So we can actually apply an automatic discount, which means I can put a discount percentage on a customer record, and it will give me the option to apply that discount to invoices. We also have the option to choose manual, which allows me to apply a discount button on the invoices, and that would be if you want your customers to actually see an additional line on an invoice to show that you have applied some discount to it, rather than just adjusting the amount on there. Also, if you are dispatching goods, you do have the option to show an extra button on your invoices to actually print them off as packing slips, which will basically have all the invoice information, but it won't necessarily have any of the financial information, so it won't show exactly how much was paid against that. And once you're happy with those various settings, just click Save Settings at the bottom of the screen. Some other things we may want to do in here, if we scroll back down to configuration options, is email templates. So if you're planning on sending out your invoices via email, if we click into email templates, we can see the various templates within here. So I've got one which is a default email template, which is used for my invoices. If I just click into this, this is what it looks like. So the name of this is Invoice from Perfect Plumbing. So that's basically what your clients are going to receive. It's going to say invoice from your company name. You may want to change the subject, so when it actually appears in their inbox, they know exactly what that's for. The body of the email is please see the attached invoice. Regards, the accounts department, Perfect Plumbing. I may want to change that, so we could just put a bit more customize in here. So I can just put hello instead of the accounts department, Perfect Plumbing. I'm actually going to change that and put my name in there. So it just makes it a little bit more personal for my customers. And then I can just save that template, and that template's been saved in the system. And we can have various different templates for different types of customers, and you can actually store those templates in a customer record. If we go through to the customer screen on the left hand side, we're just going to click in to one of our customers here. We will see if we go to the options tab at the top of their screen, that email template will now be in here. So the one we chose earlier was my default email template, so every time I generate an invoice for this client, they're always going to have that template, but if I create additional ones, I can just change that using this drop down box within here. I may also want to change my payment terms and conditions, so instead of 30 days, for this customer it's actually 7 days after the invoice date has been created. I can also put in the client's VAT number, and if I want to automatically add that line on their newly created invoices. We can also put in their default sales code in here, and also the invoice template that I want to use for that particular client. And when we talk about automatic discounts, this is how I can add that in. So I could say there's a 5% and I want to show that discount on the invoice itself. So every time I generate an invoice for this client, they're going to receive a 5% discount. And then I can update those records, and my additional options for invoices have now been saved within the system.